In 8 minutes. This morning, an East Tennessee church celebrating that their pastor is safe.
He was kidnapped in South Africa while giving a sermon. Josh Sullivan is from Maryville. Police in South Africa tell us they tracked him down to a house just 20 minutes from where he was kidnapped, and they managed to rescue him unharmed. We spoke with Sullivan's family, who say the rescue was in God's hands and their prayers have been answered. Both Josh's mother and father-in-law tell us that Josh is happy to be back with his wife and children. Sullivan's church is also breathing a sigh of relief after his rescue.
At their Wednesday night service, Pastor Tom Hatley acknowledged the good news. They had a moment of prayer for the Sullivan family. Pastor Hatley actually got to speak with Sullivan briefly after he was rescued, and they did what they've done a lot of times before. They actually talked about Tennessee football. Pastor Hatley tells us he is encouraging people to continue to pray for the Sullivans as they navigate the chaotic aftermath of what happened, but good news, he is doing well. An Alcoa man accused of helping Kenneth DeHart while he was running from police is indicted by a Knox County grand jury.
46-year-old Maurice Warren is now officially charged with accessory after the fact. New court documents we got say Warren helped DeHart by buying him 2 prepaid cell phones while he was on the run. Warren will be back in Knox County Court on May 19th. DeHart is charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and being a felon in possession of a weapon. He's accused of shooting and killing Blount County Deputy Greg McCowan and shooting and hurting Deputy Shelby Eggers. DeHart pled not guilty last December. His trial is due to begin on April 13th of next year. Well, this morning, investigators are working to get to the bottom of a fire at a historic building in Hancock County.
The former Hancock County Jail is now a total loss. It was declared after this fire in Sneedville Tuesday. It's being called a suspicious fire right now. The building served as the jail for more than a century before becoming home to the Historical Society's Welcome Center. The TBI and Hancock County Sheriff's Office are investigating. And we are starting to see some of the impacts at food banks here in East Tennessee.
Yeah, it's due to federal funding cuts at the USDA. Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee posting this picture. They say this aisle is typically where you'll find USDA food. 21 truckloads of food that were expected over the next 3 months are now canceled. Food banks we've been hearing from who rely on Second Harvest say they do expect a widespread impact. Second Harvest says they are still receiving trucks of food from the USDA, just not as much as was originally expected. They say if you can donate to help, right now is a good time. And after several hours of debate yesterday, state lawmakers passed Governor Lee's proposed budget.
It's close to $60 billion. $500 million will go to disaster relief, with $640 million in new education spending and $370 million for public safety, which includes hiring more state troopers and TBI agents. While Republicans are cutting nearly $180 million from what the governor asked for, Democrats say the state is cutting in the wrong places. Those votes yesterday have both chambers ready to end the General Assembly next week.
Well, parents, check your pantry this morning. Baby food sold at Target is being recalled for containing elevated levels of lead. The recall includes more than 25,000 units of Target's Good and Gather baby pea, zucchini, kale, and thyme puree. The products were sold at Target stores nationwide. And an IRS program that allows you to file your taxes for free appears to be ending.
The AP is reporting the White House plans to eliminate the direct file program. It allowed you to file your tax returns online for free. The program was developed when President Joe Biden was in office, but Republicans and companies say it was a waste of taxpayer money.
And Easter right around the corner coming up this Sunday, but you still do have some time to take the kids to see the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, we're hearing from Westtown Mall this morning. They tell us the bunny will be hopping around the mall through this Saturday, taking pictures every day from now until then. He's a busy bunny. The mall says if you want to get pictures, you should probably get a reservation. You could run into some long lines.
Long lines for sure. Good news, not too many long lines out there on the roads just yet. Your morning commute looking good right now. Here's a live look. I-40 at Walker Springs. East and westbound lanes look good right now. We'll take another look. 75 at Merchant Drive, one of those morning commute hotspots. We're used to seeing that congestion ramp up first in those southbound lanes. Right now it does look like we may see a few cars starting to hit the brakes, but overall no major issues. And another look closer to downtown. I-40 at Hall of Fame Drive, east and westbound lanes still moving there. So here's a look at that Knoxville area traffic. You see that green out there? A few more people starting to head out the door, but overall, no major issues at this time.
And it's a nice morning to be out and about moving on this Thursday. Look at the sky, look at the cloud-free sky, sunrise coming up over Pigeon Forge, Mount LeConte off in the distance looking nice and majestic. Of course, your neighborhood as well, with just a few passing clouds for this morning. 40 right now in Knoxville to 36 Townsend. How about Gatlinburg at 35? It's still cool in Morristown at 39 to 33. Rogersville, Stearns is at 36 and 38 out in Crossville. Nothing happening on the radar and cloud track here close to home. We'll have a bank of clouds that tries to roll through here through much of the middle part of the day and into the afternoon. We'll have mostly cloudy skies. We'll have just a couple of stray raindrops that manage to squeeze their way out as we go forward as well. For the next 12 hours, look at this. It's looking at the 60s for much of the middle part of the day and into the afternoon, eventually topping out 71 to 72. So it's a nice evening for grilling out or any of your soccer practices or things like that. That extended forecast for you shows you 82 on Saturday. Sunday is at 84. I'll step out of the way and show you next week while you take all of this in. Looking at 60% coverage for your afternoon on Monday with some strong storms that will bring some heavy downpours at times. So after the 80s this weekend, we're back into the 70s for next week. Nice and warm. Off and on isolated rain chances are going to be possible and with us into Wednesday and Thursday of next week as well.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us for WVLT News. We're headed over to the CW Knoxville. We're speaking with Mayor India Kincannon this morning in about 10 minutes. Join us over there.